We have the news of the national women's team roster. They will compete in Division 2 Group B tournament that will take place from the 1st of April through to the 7th of April in Istanbul, Turkey, against Hong Kong, New Zealand, North Korea, South Africa, and Turkey. What are your thoughts on the roster, Gigi?
Oh, mate, I think we chatted about it. Did you want to bring the roster up now, or
yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
I labelled it correctly this time, didn't I?
That's the roster we got there.
So immediately, I don't see a lot of holes in that lineup. It looks pretty strong. Olivia Last obviously has played. She's quite young as a goaltender, playing in Finland. Her and Sasha King will be sensational. I think Sasha King has been the goaltender of the season so far in the A-Dub. And yeah, that forward group, you've got some players that can do some different things. So, you've got some good leadership there, and Stephanie Cochran, Shana Godfrey's done it all, Sarah Salmon's speed, Phoebe Roberts, and Nikki Sharp, great shots. Michelle Clark-Crompton, exceptional in tight. Lindsay Kalinick, with 200-foot game. Kate Tahima, unreal at the face-offs. Courtney Mahoney, great shot. Ashley Aparicio, smart player. Caitlin Molthaner, she had a great game today. You look at that forward group and you're just like, holy dooly, like this is a great group, and the defense looks quite solid too. I like the Sydney Sirens combination. We've seen a lot of Sydney in the last few weeks. You and I have commentated a lot of Sydney games. Lily Roberts and Gabby Arps are sensational. Georgia McClellan being eligible this year is fantastic. Kirsty Venus being eligible to play for the Australian national team for the first time, sensational. Rapchuk, Paulin, Lakoviak, Patrick. Like, that is a ridiculous lineup. That is so strong.
Yeah, it really is. Kirsty Venus is massive, absolutely massive. To be able to get someone like that to play for the national team, who can control the defensive blue line, can great on the puck, can skate forward, and we've seen can get forward and score goals too, and really set up play as an offensive defensive player. So for someone like Kirsty Venus to be on that team is massive.
Yeah, like, can you imagine Kirsty Venus and Georgia McClellan as a defensive pairing? Like, how thick would that be? Then you could put, Lakoviak and Rapchuk have played with each other at under 18 level. You could put them together. Lily Roberts and Gabby Arps as teammates. You could put them together. Matilda Patrick and Marnie Paulin, they're both incredible young players. We chatted. Matilda Patrick was our first interview on our previous podcast, the Net Sticks and Chill podcast. So she's playing over in the States, I think somewhere in Massachusetts, maybe. So great to see her make a return to the senior women's team. She didn't play last year, but yeah. What are your thoughts, Doogie?
Yeah, I think it's a really good roster. I really like it. Obviously, we don't get to watch Hong Kong or South Africa play, all that sort of stuff. Andrew Egan might. He sits up at 3:00 in the morning and watches obscure hockey. But I think it's a really good roster. You don't know who's putting their hands up for availability. We always say that with national team rosters, but I think it's really strong. When you look at the reserves list, and you got Michaela Pearce, Sam Payne, Isla Malcolm, Ava Calabria, Ebony Brunt, like that shows you really what I think anyway is how deep our national team actually runs when you've got players like that on the reserves list.
Yeah, 100%. Great to see, some of the Sirens represented there too. I think for the main group, Perth Inferno have 5 players represented, and then it's 4 for the Melbourne Ice and the Adelaide Rush, 3 for the Brisbane Lightning, and 2 for the Sydney Sirens. So it's nice to see 17 of 21 players playing in the A-Dub. That shows how strong the league is this year, I think. Yeah. One comment I will make on Hong Kong, the goaltenders do scare me. So if you look at last year's tournament, I looked it up a couple of weeks ago, and the goaltenders, they were both at like 0.950, 0.960 kind of save percentages, and Hong Kong had a similar strategy to, I think, what Belgium had last year, where Belgium were just like, let's score one goal and then just sit behind our goaltender. And that's what they did. They managed to beat Australia. So I think that's the one concern I have is Hong Kong. That could be a really difficult kind of shutdown trap game, neutral zone trap game. So, but I think we should, historically, you look at the other teams in that group, although I have no idea about the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, because I think this is their first time competing, and they just got chucked into Division 2B. But yeah, that's my only concern really is Hong Kong.